What's the team you're most concerned about as we head into bulk of conference play?
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Oh, did I steal your thunder there, Sam?
yeah, I mean, you
I'm
did, but it's okay,
sorry.
Johan. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. You want to say it?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Texas Tech. They just lost to Oklahoma State at home. They really didn't look impressive late. They should have closed that game out down up four with like a minute left, and they didn't. They're heading into a really tough part of their schedule. A lot of really big ranked opponents coming up. I'm worried about them. They can't. I don't think they can score enough consistently. And their shooting is a big concern for me as well. Just consistency from anywhere outside the paint. Really, it's the same classic problem you've had with Texas Tech in the past, except you don't have them ready to bail you out from deep.
I agree. I am gonna say Villanova.
They're spotty and they have COVID now.
Yeah, just because of that. Just because, I mean, not the COVID. Like, those games are going to get postponed, but just because of how spotty they are, I can't trust a team like that.
I think
consistency. That is key.
Also, you factor in that the Big East isn't exactly the hardest conference. Like, it's not easy. Like, you have some good teams. You have Creighton, you have UConn, you have some other good squads. But yeah, no, I mean, this Villanova team has looked streaky. They've had games where I thought they were going to lose where they won by 17, and then they've had other games where they just look a little rough. The Georgetown game they won, but it was really rocky. And also you factor in with COVID, right? The pauses can they stay in their rhythm, right? When you hit your stride during the season like they did when they beat Marquette, and then you have this huge layoff where you're not doing anything basketball related, I think it's a relevant concern. So there's that as well. All right, Noah, do you have any teams in mind that you're worried about?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like the Big 12, the Big 10 is just ridiculously deep this year too. And so Michigan State already off to a poor start, finally beat Nebraska. But, I mean, they've just looked sloppy and not up to par with the rest of the Big 10, at least the upper part of the Big 10. So definitely some worrying about them. And then just pointing out, I think Indiana has a stretch of 12 straight games coming up against ranked teams, which is just unreal considering the Big Ten. But yeah, so I mean that's a little worrying, and I guess Rutgers in there too, as they still could try to kind of improve themselves in the Big Ten for once.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I've been watching a lot of Big Ten recently over the break, and it's incredibly deep.
And I like the point you bring up with Michigan State. Literally last week, I was on here ranting about how I thought Michigan State got a raw deal. And then that night, they got annihilated by Minnesota. And Minnesota's a good basketball team, but they got straight up destroyed. They don't have a go-to scorer still. You thought maybe it'll be Watts, maybe it'll be Langford. No one's emerged. I think that the win over Duke probably won't look that good in 2 weeks because here on the Golden Line, we are not Duke stands this year. We don't think that they have a go-to scorer or they have an identity yet, and all the layoffs with games aren't going to help.
Yeah, I don't know. The season should be canceled. Once Duke starts losing, it's over. Cancel the season.
That's what Coach K thinks. Yeah, but no, I think you bring up a great point with Michigan State. Indiana's completely fallen off the wagon. I'm still decently high on Rutgers. I actually have them a little higher in my poll than they are in the AP, just because I'm not going to punish them for a 2-point loss at home to Iowa. But they did have a surprising loss at Ohio State. Ohio State's sliding a bit as well. So it's just with the Big Ten, it's going to be a mess. And you're going to take some knocks, and it's a question of how you respond. And that's the big point with Rutgers. Hey, y'all. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you want to see our last video, click here. If you want to see our next video, click here. And if you want to subscribe, click on my face.